Welcome to the October 2024 edition of the GECF Monthly Gas Market Report. We would like to present a short overview of the main highlights of the report, which include the major developments in the gas market during the last month. Global GDP growth for 2024 has been revised down to 3.1%. In the US, the GDP growth forecast remains steady at 2.7%. Meanwhile, projections for the euro area and China hold firm at 0.8% and 4.8%, respectively. Looking ahead, global economic growth is expected to hold steady at 3.2% in 2025. Additionally, global inflation continues to ease, with average rates forecasted at 4.4% for 2024 and 3.3% for 2025. In September 2024, gas consumption in the EU recorded a 3.3% year-on-year increase to reach 19 BCM, following 7 consecutive months of decline. This rise was primarily driven by the industrial and residential sectors. In particular, gas consumption in the industrial sector showed a recovery in major industrialized European countries, boosted by lower gas prices. Further, despite total electricity production in the EU rising by 4.1% year-on-year to reach 192 terawatt-hours, gas consumption in the electricity generation sector recorded a 13% year-on-year decline. According to the EU climate monitoring service Copernicus, last month was the second warmest September ever recorded, with temperatures 0.73 degrees Celsius above the 1991 to 2020 average, which boosted electricity demand for cooling. The significant decrease in gas consumption in the electricity generation sector, as well as in coal demand, can be attributed to increased outputs from wind, solar, hydro, and nuclear. In September 2024, the US gas consumption increased by 1.6% year-on-year to 67.4 BCM. Gas-fired power generation witnessed a 1.3% year-on-year increase, while overall power output rose by 0.2% year-on-year. In the power mix, gas continued to lead with a 48% share. Similarly, the industrial, residential and commercial sectors rose by 0.3%, 5.4% and 3.8% year-on-year, respectively. In August 2024, China's apparent gas demand, which is estimated as combined domestic gas production and imports, rose by 9.6% year-on-year to reach 36.3 BCM. It is worth noting that CNPC's Economic and Technology Research Institute has revised up its gas demand forecast for 2024 to 422 BCM. This increase is primarily attributed to the surge in LNG-powered trucks, driven by the national subsidy program launched in June to replace diesel trucks with low-emission alternatives, along with LNG's lower prices compared to diesel. In August 2024, the global gas production was estimated to have increased by 2.3% year-on-year to reach 344 BCM. All the main producing regions, particularly Eurasia, showed a positive production trend, except for North America, which witnessed a decline of 1.7 BCM, driven by the reduction in the US gas output. In the first 8 months of 2024, the global gas production was estimated to have increased by 2.6% year-on-year to stand at 2,780 BCM. This growth was primarily driven by the rise in Russia's production to meet the growing domestic consumption and the increased pipeline gas exports to China. In August 2024, Europe saw a 2.5% year-on-year rise, culminating in a total output of 15 BCM. This increase primarily originated from the continuous rise in Norway's gas production, along with the increase in Turkey's gas output, specifically with the production ramp-up in Sakarya gas field in the Black Sea. In August 2024, China's gas production surged by 11% year-on-year to reach 20 BCM. Coal bed methane output continued its growth to culminate an output of 1.4 BCM, with a 31% year-on-year rise. In September 2024, the US total gas production continued its downward trend with a 0.9% year-on-year decline, reaching a monthly output of 88 BCM. This reduction in the US output reflected the combined effect of the Hurricane Helene, which slashed around 15% of the Gulf of Mexico daily gas production, along with the effect of production cuts by some major producers. Additionally, from January to September 2024, the U.S. cumulative gas production increased by 0.3% year-on-year to reach 798 BCM, which represented a record high. In September 2024, supply restrictions due to planned and unplanned maintenance reduced the EU's PNG imports by 17% from the previous month. At 11 BCM, this total PNG import volume was however still 2% higher than the level of 1 year ago. From January to September 2024, EU PNG imports reached 117 BCM, increasing by 4% year-on-year. Upstream maintenance in Norway reduced its output and exports during the month, particularly to Germany and Poland. In addition, maintenance restricted exports from Algeria to both Italy and Spain. Net flows from the UK to the continent fell by 42% month-on-month. China surpassed its record for monthly PNG imports again in August 2024, reaching 7.1 BCM. This volume was 14% higher than 1 year ago, and 5% higher month-on-month. China's total PNG imports over the period from January to August 2024 increased by 14% year-on-year. In September 2024, global LNG imports soared by 8.9% year-on-year to reach 33.7 million tons, marking the strongest year-on-year growth since November 2022. This surge was fueled by robust demand in the Asia-Pacific region, which balanced out a decline in European imports, aided by a favorable price spread between the two markets. Northeast Asia, particularly China, saw a boost in LNG imports due to increased gas demand and pre-winter restocking. In contrast, Europe's LNG imports fell, pressured by lower gas consumption, high storage levels, and strong pipeline gas supplies. On the supply side, global LNG exports reached 34 million tons, marking a 3.3% year-on-year increase, supported by stronger LNG exports from Indonesia, Malaysia, Nigeria, Peru, Russia, Trinidad and Tobago, and the US. In September 2024, the average daily volume of gas in storage in the EU increased to 98 BCM, or 94% of the region's capacity. With storage sites close to filled, there were just 2.3 BCM of net gas injections during this month, which was lower than in 2023 and the 5-year average for September. Over the restocking season in 2024, the EU injected 38 BCM of gas into storage sites in the region. In Asia-Pacific, the combined volume of LNG in storage in Japan and South Korea in September 2024 rose to an estimated 14 BCM, which was 2 BCM more than the 2023 average storage level for that month, as well as higher than the 5-year range. In the US, despite a slowdown in the rate of gas injections in recent months, in September 2024, the average daily volume of gas in storage rose to 98 BCM, representing 73% of capacity. Gas and LNG spot prices in Europe and Asia experienced a decline in September, following a 2-month rise. The average TTF spot price was $11.80 per MMBTU, reflecting a 4% month-on-month decrease, while the average Northeast Asia spot LNG price was $13.10 per MMBTU, down by 1% month-on-month. Meanwhile, in the US, Henry Hub prices rose, averaging $2.26 per MMBTU, marking a 14% month-on-month increase. Looking ahead, spot prices are expected to be supported by rising gas demand due to anticipated below-normal temperatures in Europe and the replenishment of LNG inventories by Asian buyers ahead of the winter season. Thank you for watching this short video presentation on the October 2024 edition of the GECF Monthly Gas Market Report. We invite you to download the full report from our website at www.gecf.org, or you can scan the QR code.